Was I dating myself? I don't understand what's happening here. Like, hey Effects, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Tandy and welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, hey, I hope you've been doing well. I'm going to be talking about these two gents because they've got so much in common. They're both Sagittarians like myself and they're both doctors. Well, one is studying to be a doctor, the other one's already a doctor, but he's not practicing. They were just giving me so many vibes. They were both absolutely so good, and then the end was just so terrible, which does not make any sense at all. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's get into this fun time. Before we go any further, today we're going to have some pink tonic. This is sparkling rose and cucumber drink. Something very plain and simple. And I'm gonna have it in a champagne flute because why not? Nah, today's story time is actually quite mal. Yeah, I'm a sports guys, to be very honest. So this was in uni, 2016 November-ish. 2016 November. He was 2 years younger. He is 2 years younger than me. That was actually the first time that I've been with someone younger than me. I never do those things. I'm just not interested. We're at this party, it was actually kind of slow. It was a very slow night, I remember. And I was outside with one of my classmates, who's also Zimbabwean. We're going to call him Teddy Bear because he reminds me of a teddy bear. He's just like a gentle giant. One of those cool owns who are just down to earth. And yeah, so I was outside with Teddy Bear, right? We're chatting, he was having a smoke, I was having a drink. And yeah, like the party was dead, guys. It was so slow. So then this really nice gent, we're going to call him, what are we gonna call him actually? Oh, this drink has got a very pretty color and he was pretty. So we're gonna call him Pink, right? So then Pink walks outside towards myself and Teddy Bear. And then Teddy Bear is like, yo, I'm not even gonna play here. Tandy, I'm gonna hook you up with Pink. Then I'm like, dude, that is crazy. Because I'd never seen him, so obviously he was a fresher. And I was just like, you know what? Teddy Bear, this is nice of you. I don't do young gents.
Yeah.
A week goes by, he adds me as a friend on Facebook, and then I slid into his DMs because he added me on Facebook for like a week, right? And then nothing from him. He didn't even say hi, no poke, no wave, nothing, guys. So I went through his Facebook, you know, we had a lot in common. He's also Zimbabwean. He also went to a cheers school, so our upbringing was basically kind of the same. So I was like, you know what, this is nice, a breath of fresh air, because I don't have a lot of people that I have a lot of things in common with here. And you know what, let me talk to this gent. So I slide into the DM, guys, because I saw he was online. And he was so slow, man, like, wake up, must I teach you everything? So then I'm like, am I going to teach you everything, Sha? Like, what's going on here? You know, we're talking on Facebook, the replies are kind of slow. And I remember on that night, it was a Friday night, there was also another party, and no, man, it was a Wednesday night, and on the Friday there was going to be a party. So then I'm asking him, are you gonna land to this party? Do you want me to come with? Chin chin, just, you know, nice chilled vibes. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna be at the party and it's gonna be vibes. And then I was like, so excited. Okay, sharp. So then Friday comes. The replies were slow, remember? And this means we stopped talking on that Wednesday. We go to the party, everything's going down, and then we exchange numbers. Guys, when I tell you, this guy was literally the male version of myself. It's actually really scary now that I think about it. We're both Sagittarians, so we think alike, very selfish, very crazy, but then when we're down for you, we're really down for you. And very loyal, you know. I'm using that term loosely, loyal. Some of us are more loyal than others, but anyway. And then one thing that I noticed, I have a lot of male friends. He too had a lot of female friends. But then some of the female friends, I was like, Dad, this one's not just your friend, it's us. You can tell the way she talks to you, the way she looks at you, Dad, this one's not a friend. Those things, this is my bestie. I don't want to hear that nonsense. Go away with that nonsense, very, very far away from me. Now we are vibing, we are getting along-ish, and we go on a couple of dates, everything's going well. We were a very attractive couple, guys, I would have to say that. We looked really, really good together. That came with its own problems, because now some of my skeletons were coming out of the closet, trying to see if they have a chance still. And him too, he was also being tempted. he was being tempted to do funny things, funny business. I don't know if he did things. I don't want to assume the worst because that's not nice. You can't just assume that people are doing things. But anyway, we will just have to see on Judgment Day. We're vibing. We like each other very much. It's very evident. We're a very attractive couple. You know, news travels fast around the city where we're from because it was everybody used to hang out at the same places. Everybody knew everybody's business. And yeah, that's just one of those vibes. This is where I should have been like, no man, this does not make sense. This gent, guys, let me just tell you what happened this one night. We were having drinks at his res, right? It was myself, one of my very good friends from uni, and she was there with some other guy, one of his friends. Yeah, it was just one of those chilled vibes, you know? We're playing charades, I think, but it was one of those crazy ones, sexual ones. I don't even know why we're playing that one. And then I think you're supposed to guess what doggy style is. And him and I were in the same team. Then he got up and he was closer to my friend now, and my friend was also standing up. And then, guys, does he not grab my friend and start dry humping her from the back? I froze. Like, I was like, what the did this just happen? And then I just went quiet. You know, I don't confront things. I take my time. I let it fester in my head. I try to analyze, okay, did this really happen? What are we going to do next? So then I'm like, no man, this is nonsense. What's happening here? You know? So they could tell that my energy, hey guys, my silence was very loud. I'm telling you this now because this was a pre-drinks item. We're supposed to go to a party later. This little bar downstairs from his race. The boy was stressed, guys. He didn't smoke, but he pulled out a cigarette. I don't even know from where. And he asked someone for the cigarette and he started smoking, guys. I felt bad, but at the same time, I was like, no, man, you can't do that. You can't disrespect me. And now my friend was trying to be like, Chandy, I'm so sorry this happened. I'm like, babes, it's not your fault. He did that to you. Actually, he violated you. That is not okay. Guys, I was actually quite bleak. But anyway, yeah, we spoke about it and we stayed together. I honestly should have been like, nah, bruh, you can dip. Right after that, like, that was not on. We got along so well, guys, me and this gent. It was actually crazy. Like, we actually barely argued. We'd just talk about things just like that and things would get resolved easily. Quick, fast also. We're on the same wavelength. I was actually shocked. For a guy who's younger than me, I would have to say he was very, very mature. Like extremely mature, like the way he handles himself, he respected everybody around him, and yeah, he was just like a good gent, you know. So now it's time for us to almost go home for the summer. We're having the talk, that 1 hour talk. I honestly hate that talk because if we're gonna have that talk, then something's obviously very wrong. I was lying down. I remember this day vividly. He came to visit me in my race, and the time was like 5 p.m. somewhere there. When you're just about to have dinner. Andy, what are we? No, it wasn't what are we per se. I was like, so we're about to go home and we haven't really had the chat about where we stand in this relationship. And I just really have to tell you something. I have a girlfriend back home. Guys, you know when your ears start ringing and everything starts fading away? That was me in that moment. I have a girl back home and things haven't been really great between us because, you know, long distance and everything. I really love her, but at the same time, I also really love you.
Yeah, that was a setup.
So now I don't know. Bro, why wait? Why wait till I'm like completely in love with you for you to drop this song? I'm a person where if I know that there's another person, I remove myself from the equation. But with this one, guys, I'm telling you, everything was just so rosy. Everything was great. We got along so well. So I was like, nah, man, I can't throw this away, you know? So then we're like, you know what, let's just continue and see where it goes. That was the first mistake. Actually, that was the second mistake after that dry humping incident. Honestly, I'm actually parched. I'm thirsty. This is stressing me out again. Then I remember his girlfriend's birthday because that day he decided to pick a fight with me out of nowhere. And then we were out, I remember. And then these girls, were singing, you know that Umganwam song, oh babes Umganwam, Baba Salibo, yeah, bo, that song. And then these DJs were like, Tangi's boyfriend Ganwam. And then, guys, let me tell you, after we broke up, he actually hooked up with one of those DJs. But that's a story for another. That guy, yeah, good person, bro. Romantically, I don't know. Now, I went home first because he had to finish off his exams. He was in a different uni. And then I had packed way too many things. It took me to the airport and everything. And then... before I left, because he had other things going on, so me, I'd also cheat. That was toxic of me. Because we were not an item. I was entertaining people. And then one of these people cooked me lunch before I traveled. And then I posted about it. Guys, that was the first mistake. Don't post things if you're gonna be shady. Actually, no, let me not teach you to be toxic. Don't be toxic at all. Then I posted about it. And we're not eating in my room. And bear in mind, Pink knows what my room looks like. Now we're at the airport. And it's like, Tandy, I saw your Snapchat. Who cooked you lunch? Now, guys. I'm honestly a terrible lie. I could not even, for the life of me, think of a lie in that moment. And honestly, I just laughed it off. But I know the gent kept on thinking about this because they would talk about it even when I was now home, like just bring it up in passing and stuff. So yeah, I'm so sorry for that. That was very toxic of me. I wasn't doing anything with that person. It was just those vibes where you just entertain, you know? Toxic queen! Yes! I'm home now. And things between the gent and I were not great. Because now it was getting closer to the time the gent had to come home. Bear in mind, his hands is also home. So now, the questions come up again. Yo, babes, I'm about to come home. What's gonna happen to us now? You know, because I've got these hands. I think he wanted me to break it off. Because, like, you know, you are the one in the situation, so you should know what to do, right? Or maybe he trusted my instinct because I'm older. Or maybe he just wanted to play me for a puss. I'd already stayed, even though at a age. Stress mo is delayed. Do you know stress? He comes home with my bags. I called him because I knew the time was going to land back cabins. But I didn't call him on that day because, you know, you just got home, you want to chat to the family, and you want to catch up, you know, and just rest because it usually was like a 14, 15, 16 hour flight. I didn't want to bother him. And again, we're not like the best of friends anymore. The next day, I call him, right? And I could tell the tone of his voice, something's going on here. So then we're chatting. I'm like, yo, when are you going to bring my stuff to my house? Or do you need me to come to your house? And then he was like, you know what? Don't worry. I'm going to come to your ends because I need to see someone there anyway. And then he's like, oh, I'm with... That's your DJ's name, man. Why are you talking to me just casually? And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Can I talk to her and say hi? Because, you know, at this point. And then he was like, yeah, sure. And then she was like, hello? I was like, hi, how are you? And then they had a nice little chat, you know, those basic small talk items. And then I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, it's nice talking to you, whatever. And then he took back the phone and I was like, yeah, so I will contact you when I'm about to come. It's like, okay, cool. So then he comes with his mom, and then I open the gate, and then he just walks in. And then, you know, his mom was also outside the car. And then he had my bag in his hands. So then I just grabbed the bag from him. I was like, hi, grabbed the bag from him. And he just looked shocked. He was just looking at me like, I was like, oh, thank you so much for bringing my bag. Ma'am, would you like to come in for some tea? And then he's like, oh no, maybe another time. We're actually in a hurry. And then they dipped. So then he messages me later. It's like, hey, Tanji, kind of hug shy. I know, like, he and I are through, but like, sis, what's going on? Let me tell you, the night before I called him, right, to get our bags and whatever, we had this really, really huge fight. And then, yeah, that was the end of that. That was the end of that relationship. And the summer was actually just full of heartbreak. Honestly, that year, so many things happened that people tell me about today that I don't even remember at all because it was just a wild year, guys. 2017 and 2015, I'm telling you, we are paying for the sins we committed those 2 years now. Yeah, it was wild, guys. I'm telling you, it was crazy. We're back in uni now. This was now 2017 going on to 2018, right? We're back in uni, and actually no, this was already 2018. Like, we'd broken up long back. He invited me for dinner, and then we went to like the one place where everybody used to like going out to hang out. I think he did that strategically so that, you know, if anyone sees us, because I was now involved with someone else, and I actually told the person, I was like, yo, I'm going out for dinner tonight with this guy. But I didn't see my message then. You only saw it when I'd actually come back from dinner, and then he made it a whole thing. Yeah, why are you going for dinner with your ex? But then that guy, it's actually Gemini. Gemini was toxic already, like his own things going on. I'm like, why are you even mad about what I'm doing? And besides, you've left the country. Like, okay, that was toxic again of me. But still, these niggas were toxic too, shit. During the dinner, he was like, yo, I'm really glad that we're getting to talk and just not have animosity between us, because we have a lot of friends in common actually. Up until today, it's just those happy birthday, hi, congratulations type of messages, but we don't talk like that much, you know. And we're like, you know what, let's just remain cordial. Like, so many things have happened. We don't want to include too many people in this business, because already there were too many parties in this thing, and like, it was just really messy. Breakup was actually the talk of the town. That's what made it even more difficult. Like, okay, these guys have broken up, what's gonna happen now? During that dinner, we actually just had a nice chat. We're like, you know what, if it happens again in the future, it happens again. But I'm a person who does not go back to the exes, because it didn't work out the first time. Why would you think that it's going to work out again like the 4th or 5th time? Give it up. Moral of this story, guys, sometimes things can seem like, yo, this is magical, but don't ignore the red flags and don't force things. Sometimes it is the right person, but it's not the right time. And you know what? Your person will come. Don't get yourself in situations where you're gonna end up being hurt, because you will be extra hurt, Gani. Like, you don't need that at all. I wish him well, obviously. I wish everybody that I talk about on this channel well. I literally just talk about it on my YouTube channel because it's my truth. I'm allowed to talk about it, and obviously I'll blur out their names out of respect and just really talk about this because it's a way of venting and to let you guys know what. Don't put yourself in situations. I try to spread the word so that you can learn something from it as well. Laugh at my pain, like Kevin Hart says. Hectic, babes. But we move.